Okay. Now the audio's working. We just recorded this for an hour, and we were about to wrap it up, and my mic was not recording.
For an hour.
So let's do this again. Okay.
Wait, I gotta do it.
Yes, of course. Do my intro.
Right. Hello, fellow human beings. Hi, how you doing?
So hello, we're going to be doing a Q&A today to celebrate reaching the insane milestone of 1,500 patrons over my Patreon. Cannot believe there are so many of you guys, but there are. But thank you guys so much. And yeah, I put up a little submission thingy, and some people submitted questions for me and my boyfriend to answer. And yeah, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jace. I'm the boyfriend, as you all know.
That's how you guys need to know. That's all you need to know. Dipper asks, has Jace seen any of Buffy or Angel yet? And he has seen a couple episodes of Buffy so far. I made him watch. But
Yeah, I've seen like up to the 4th episode, I think.
Yeah, so we watched Teacher's Pet, and I think that was a little bit of a bummer, and I think it's gonna take some persuading to make him watch anymore.
Well, we're watching Pretty Little Liars right now too, so we're kind of like,
that's what we're like binge watching right now.
Yeah, and she said it's like hard to get through the first season, so I think that's why right now.
Yeah, once we get
I have to like be in the mood to watch it. You know what I mean?
It's also like he's not like obviously like the campiness and everything. It's like for Jace, it's like you gotta be in a mood for him to be like really into it. So yeah, taking it one step at a time. We're gonna get there. But yeah, you don't know any spoilers or anything. Like you don't know anything about any of the characters, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Which, like, I'm super excited to see, like, certain things that come up. Like, even in season 1, I'm so excited to see what his reaction is to, like, some of the stuff that comes up. But yeah, even just for Buffy so far, it is pretty interesting getting to watch with him, because obviously he's a guy, so, like, he has, like, a different viewpoint on things. And even, like, certain character moments, or even, like, so far, like, in season 1, like, for Xander, he really likes Xander. And as y'all know, I don't really like Xander, especially in the earlier seasons. But yeah, he really likes Xander.
Yeah. And
also Willow?
Yeah. I like Willow.
Yeah. I don't think he understands my thirst for Giles yet, but he will.
I don't know if I'll ever understand. But that's okay.
And then someone asked, which characters from the Buffyverse would you guys pick as most like the two of you? Like we pick for each other. So, obviously you haven't seen much, but what do you think so far from the couple episodes that you've seen?
Yeah, probably just Willow.
Willow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And a little bit of Buffy.
Yeah.
I can answer for her. I'm Angel.
Of course.
Maybe I should be Giles. That's who I should be.
Yeah, for Jace, I would say he's like a mix of like the best parts of like Oz, Tara, and Riley. So I think that fits out because those are literally all the love interests for those two characters. But yeah, literally like all the good parts of like Riley, Oz, and Tara is Jace. Which, I mean, those are like characters that I love. So okay, and then Alan asked, where did you meet your boyfriend? How did we meet?
So, I tell a story all the time. So, we met because of Valorant, which is a game that we both played. And then we met because of it because we matched on Bumble. And in her bio, she had something about, like, her Valorant team that she plays with.
Yeah, like, just friends that I play with.
Yeah, and I messaged her and was like, oh, like, I see you play Valorant. Like, you should give me some lessons because I'm, like, really bad at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just started talking because of Valorant, talking about like PCs and stuff, and then we talked for like 2 weeks or so before we went on our first date. And I sent you to a nature preserve. Well, I thought I sent her to a nature preserve.
Okay, so you gotta get the backstory, okay? So we were going to go to this one restaurant for our first date, and you were like, oh, I don't think we need a reservation. And then you got there before I did, and you're like, there's like a 2-hour wait, so we're not gonna be here.
Well, and they didn't even do reservations anyways.
Yeah.
I tried to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we ended up not going there, and then Jace was like, oh, we can just go to like where I work. Like it was just right down the street. So we ended up going there, but he didn't give me the name of the place, and he sent an address. And so I was I was trying to put it into like Google Maps. And so like I was typing it in, and then something popped up, like a suggestion, like, oh, is this where you're going? So I clicked it, not knowing that it was a nature preserve. So I drive like 10 minutes like away, and it's like literally like 2 minutes from the restaurant that like we were supposed to go to that I was already at. And he's like, where are you? Like, where'd you go? And I'm like, did you like send me to the wrong place?
I thought for so long that I sent her to a nature preserve.
But it's me that made the mistake.
Yeah, so then we're talking about it like a month later or something.
No, like 3 months later. It was a while. And then we were talking about it. I'm like, I'm the one.
Yeah, because I was like, how, if I gave you the address, how did it send you so far?
No, we literally scrolled all the way back to where you sent it, and you're like, that's the address. What do you mean?
Yeah, and so she clicks on it, and it goes over to Google Maps, and then when she types it in, the top one just said like US 1.
Yeah.
So it just took her to like a random spot on the road.
On the road that the restaurant
and
is
there was
at.
a nature preserve right there. So she thought that I was like sending her someplace.
No,
to, like,
I literally
her.
thought that he was like planning to murder me. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought the date was gonna be okay, but I guess he has no other plans.
So
but yeah, first date went well, and then we went on our second date like 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, then it was just like we watched a couple movies at your house.
We watched Spider-Man.
Yeah, we watched all the Spider-Man. The one with Tobey Maguire, because he's never watched it, and it's my favorite movie. So we watched all those, and we've literally spent every day together since then. Except one, when he went out of town for his dad's birthday.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. And that was what, April like 19th? Yeah, that was like our second date. So since then, we've spent like every single day together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny because before we matched on Bumble, we matched on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
What, like a year before?
Yeah, a year prior. Probably like a year.
Yeah, and I still feel so bad. You sent me one message, but I don't think I ever responded.
Yeah. But I feel
like
like it's good that we met now.
Yeah. We talk about it all the time.
Too.
Like, it wouldn't have been good if we matched. Or, like, if we talked when we first matched.
Yeah, because I had just gotten out of my old relationship when we first matched.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's been, like, a year.
Yeah.
Now a year and a half.
Yeah, so
Probably
it's a
longer.
lot better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Much.
Maddie asked, do you like living in Florida?
Yeah, I have, like, a love-hate relationship with Florida. Because I've lived here my whole life. So I'm from Tampa, and then I moved to where we live now in, like, kindergarten. So I've been here my whole life. But I know that you don't really like Florida.
It's a love-hate relationship. More so a hate relationship. And I love it for, like, 2 months out of the year.
Yeah. Like, every summer here, I literally am like, why do I live here?
Yeah. It's like why?
Like, you walk outside and you melt for, like,
yeah,
ever. And then your car's hot and it's just bad.
It's just horrible.
Yeah. But, like, right now, it's, like, it's not cold by any means, but it's, like...
It's not humid.
Yeah, it's not humid. It's, like, a little breezy, so it's more tolerable to, like, walk outside.
Yeah.
And, like, because my job is, like, half outside, so I'm in the heat, like, all the time, working in the heat all the time. So it's definitely, I don't know. And it's expensive to live here. But I don't know. My family is around here and stuff, so... Yeah, I feel like there's definitely good things and bad things. Like, as far as, like, taxes and stuff are really good here. But then, like... the heat and the people and then things are expensive.
Yeah, it's just like
because like the area we live in is just super expensive even to like find places in the markets.
I know, like we're trying to look for a place and we're like, so we're not going to be able to live here, so where else could we go in like the vicinity or surrounding? And then Emily asked, which episode of Buffy/Angel are you most excited to rewatch? Okay, so I am so excited to like rewatch like pretty much every episode with Jace as he watches it for the first time. But I am so excited to like rewatch season 2 and like get to see like the whole plot unfold again. Cause like obviously it's been like a year now since I've seen season 2, so I do kind of forget like little plot points, but I'm so excited to see like how it unfolds with like the big baddie and things, and a certain character that was introduced in that season and is still on the show today. I'm kind of curious to see like him again, like from that point of view, like when they were first introduced. And I'm also so excited to rewatch Angel, especially the last couple episodes of season 1. I know I like just watched them, but they were just so fucking good, and I'm so excited to like rewatch it, especially with like how the show is going right now in season 2. I'm like so pumped to like rewatch that. And then someone asks, is Jace a bigger horror fan than you?
I'm just always afraid they're gonna come for me. I like horror. I just grew up, like, my family's just super like Christian stuff. Just checking on the audio.
Yes, I am checking on the audio just to double check we are recording. Yes, we are. Okay.
But yeah, my dad was just super against like all the horror stuff, so I never was allowed to watch it as a kid. But I really like the Conjuring movies. Like we just saw the last
third one.
The third one in theaters, and that one was really
so good.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite of the Conjuring series. But I just haven't seen a lot of them, I think is what it is. Like when we started dating, we watched Scream, we watched Halloween, and then what was the other one?
What Lies Beneath. I made him watch, which isn't super horror, but it's like thriller.
Suspenseful. I just haven't. I'm so uncultured. I haven't seen so many things.
Yeah, like anytime I'm like, "Have you ever seen?" and you're like, "You already know the answer."
Yeah.
You already know I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have like my certain shows and my certain movies that I like, and then I just watch them over and over and over.
I mean, which isn't bad. You just have different tastes than
we have different tastes.
Yeah, like what are your favorite shows?
Grey's Anatomy, Scandal. I'm getting back into Pretty Little Liars because we're watching it now, and I forgot how good it was.
And you really like Stranger Things.
Yes, Stranger Things I loved.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, that's another one that you never watched before, right?
No, I hadn't seen it.
So when we first started dating, we watched that too. Like that was a show that we binge watched before Pretty Little Liars. But yeah, we're in Pretty Little Liars right now in season 4. So
season 4, yeah.
I really just started watching like a month ago. So.
And it's funny because I have kind of been mentioning the show over the last couple months. Yeah. Since we started dating, basically, that it was really good. I hadn't seen it since it was live, like from the first episode, because I read the books too. So I had watched it like one episode at a time every week. So I kind of wanted to like rewatch it just because there was a lot of stuff I missed. And then finally my coworker brought it up, and I was like, we have to watch it. I was like, let's just watch the first episode. And then if you don't like it, then we don't have to watch it, because that happened with Scandal, and you didn't really like Scandal.
Yeah, I really did not like Scandal.
I love Scandal. If anybody out there likes Scandal, it's good. It's so good.
Just don't like it. But Pretty Little Liars, I don't know what it is. It's like there's something in like that show that makes you addicted to it. But for Pretty Little Liars, I did watch the first episode in high school or something, and I don't even think I finished the episode because I wasn't that into it. So I was very hesitant to watch it with Jace because I was like, what if I don't like it? And I don't know what it is about that show. It's insane.
Yeah, we've just binged it.
Yeah.
And especially when we get towards the end of the season, it's almost the season finale, and I'm like,
we could just watch
it's 1 a.m, but it's only 2 more episodes.
It'll be like 2:30 in the morning. You're like, we can watch another one. Who cares? But yeah, it's been insane. Like, it's like the type of show that like, so far from what we've seen, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it just like goes off the walls whenever. But Jace has told me it starts to take itself a little seriously at the point that we're at right now, which I'm scared of, because like, I'm just like, just have fun. Why are you taking yourself so seriously? Like, it doesn't have to like be a masterpiece. Like, just know what you are. You're like a teen drama.
Yeah, and not even that.
ABC Family it was.
Yeah.
So it was like, just do whatever you want. You don't have to be like a masterpiece, you know?
Yeah, but like this season is kind of where it starts to fall off a little bit. Like that's why I stopped watching it. I watched past this season up until like the 6th season or something like that. But it just like gets so confusing with all the lies and the twists and the turns, and then you're like, who died? And are they still alive or are they
There's
dead?
still one character that I'm like, I honestly, genuinely, I'm not sure if they're still alive or not, because they keep mentioning him, but I'm not sure.
Who?
Jason.
Oh, we haven't seen him.
Yeah, we haven't seen... And the last time we saw him, no spoilers, but something insane happened to him, and then he went missing, and I'm like...
I honestly don't remember. That's a good thing about us rewatching too, is like, sometimes she like, will ask these questions, and I'm kind of like, I don't really remember. Like, but then there are, like, the bigger plot lines, especially in the first, like, 3 seasons, I knew, like, everything that was going on. Because I think I might have rewatched the first couple seasons a couple years ago, so it's still, like... And then I'd be, like, on my phone next to her, like, looking up, like, when time does this person die, or what season? And I'm like, we gotta wait until episode 7.
Anytime there's, like, a big, like, thing that I, like, we obviously know, like, something's going to happen with, like, the main, like, villain that, like, we don't know who they are, so when are we gonna find them out, like, who they are? So, like, obviously I know that's going to happen, but I don't know when. And then he'll be like, let me look up when that happens.
Yeah.
Because you'll always think that it happens... Well, actually, remember that one thing that happened a lot sooner than
Yes,
you
I thought that it happened in, like, season 5.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something else that happens with that family, like, soon, though. Because I forget, but I don't know why I thought it happened so much earlier.
But yeah, and then there's a lot of things that happen later on that you think happen a lot sooner. So that's also interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster.
It is insane.
That's like another show where we have very differing opinions too. Like how I like Xander and Buffy, and I now rewatching it see where you're coming from with... I guess it's not a spoiler because it's in like the first
it's in the
season.
First episode.
Yeah, with like, I don't know if you know who Arya is, but Arya has a thing with her teacher, and obviously
Arya is 16.
Yeah,
she is 16, and she was dating a teacher at her high school that just got out of college. So best case scenario, 22. Okay.
Yeah. They said he was 22.
Yeah.
Which is still not. I'm not saying I would not talk
16
to somebody. 16
and 22. Yeah. No, that's illegal. No.
And now that I'm 23 years old, obviously, I'm like, okay, I don't know why I shipped this, but when I was like 12,
no, literally, during
13,
the first season, he kept being like, can you just like them already? And I'm like, well, no.
I think it's not necessarily the premise of it. Like, it's not like an underage with it. When I was younger and I was watching it, it was like this like secret romance and they can't be together and this and that. Where like that for me, like I liked them together when I was younger, but now that I'm older and rewatching it, she has like these certain viewpoints. Like I remember in the first season, I had certain characters I liked before, and now I'm rewatching it and I'm like, why did I like this person? What? Like Arya is super annoying, and I liked Arya, but she's a very annoying
I cannot
character.
Stand Arya. Yeah. Arya is fucking annoying.
She hates Arya so much. Like I don't despise her, but she hates her.
Anytime she's on screen, I'm like, can we skip this scene? I don't want.
You're literally like, I don't even care about this. Can we skip this scene? I don't
so
care.
Bad. But she's just so annoying, and like Hannah and Spencer and Emily, they all have to give up all their relationships. They're giving up so much because A is like, and Arya's like, well, I want to have a secret relationship that's illegal with my teacher. I'm like, fucking shut up.
Yeah, no, she definitely annoys me a lot more. I'm glad that we both have the same favorite character. Because I love Caleb and I love Spencer.
Yeah.
And Arya's mom.
And Arya's mom.
Yeah.
Arya's mom is so great. And also, I really like Hannah.
Yeah,
Hannah
is
like one of my favorite characters.
She plays her character very well.
Yeah, but you said Spencer was your favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Spencer might be my favorite out of it, just because she's like a lot more dynamic. I feel like than the other characters. She has
a lot more like plot lines, and you get more into like her family and stuff. Yeah. Whereas like Hannah, it's really only like her mom, and Emily is only like her dad who's in the army. And, like, it's not really. Yeah, Arya's family.
Arya's family, but But yeah, there's also a lot of characters where, like, they'll get introduced and then I'll like them. Like, there's a character in season 1 that I really liked. And now we find out a bunch of stuff about them. I'm like, now I know why you did not like them.
Yeah.
Because you'll remember that you didn't like them, but you won't remember why. And so it'll come up and I'm like, now I understand why you didn't like that character. Yeah, like now you hate the same character that I did in the beginning. Now, yeah, but at the beginning I'm like, why are you being so mean to that character?
She would stand up for her and I would literally just be like, just wait. It was the same thing with one of Emily's love interests, where you really liked her. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah. That was sad. Yeah. This turned into a Pretty Little Liars talk.
Yeah.
Did we? We just did this one, right? Okay.
How did we get?
I know. How did
Jace a horror fan?
To that. Justa Fox asked, I've never watched Supernatural. I hear it's good, but committing to a 15-season show is intimidating. Do you recommend that I watch it? And I got a couple other comments that are like, or questions that are like, I stopped at season 6. Should I keep watching? And
no.
I mean, to be frank, yeah, that is the answer. But yeah, for Supernatural, like I say many times, if you want a cohesive story that is from the same showrunner, stop at season 5. I know the season 5 finale does have a cliffhanger, but if you stop like a couple scenes before the end, you'll be fine. And that's like the ending that the creator wanted. But then they just kept going for 10 more years, and we got the mess that is season 15. And there's just also, like, a lot of, like, trial and error in the show that, like, you can see they're trying something and it doesn't work out, and then, like, there are 3 different, like, backdoor pilot episodes in this show for, like, other shows, for, like, a spin-off or something that just don't happen because they just don't get picked up. So what I always say is, if you like the characters and you're okay watching just for the characters, not for the plot necessarily, I definitely recommend watching. And also, if you're a different kind of fan than I am, like, for me, I like Sam Dean cast. I love the ensemble cast. I love every, like, character that is added in. And I think that is such an interesting part of the show. Like, you know, the whole family don't end in blood, like that they've been saying since like season 2. So that's my thing. And then the finale happened, and it's not a huge spoiler, but it's mainly centered around Sam and Dean, not any other character. So if you are a fan like me, you're not gonna like the finale. If you're a fan like some other people, where like you only like Sam and Dean, like those are the main people that you like, definitely continue on, because it is satisfying for those kinds of fans. For me, I was not satisfied in the slightest. But yeah. And there's also like a lot more like fun episodes, and like there's so many funny episodes and moments throughout the rest of the show after season 5 that like I would recommend just to like see those parts, but it's a lot to get through. So many seasons, so many episodes per season, that like it's like, do you even want to watch that many episodes to get like that little thing? It's hard, but yeah, there are little plot, or like a couple seasons, the plot I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, season 8 I really liked, season 9 I liked, and like season 10. And then after season 10, it's just like, oh my fucking god, when will it end, you know? And I don't realize it's going on for 5 more seasons. Like, why wouldn't it just end? I don't understand. But anyways, someone asked, how are classes going? Is Jason school / what is he studying? So yes, we're both in college. I'm in grad school. It's going pretty good. I think I'm gonna be finishing up soon in like another semester or so that should be interesting. And you're also in school. What are you studying?
I'm studying business.
Which, yeah. But it's just funny that like I had a running joke that like I hated business majors.
Oh, how the turns table.
Yeah. And then someone put their name as COVID and then asked the question, do you think your channel would be as popular as it is now if I hadn't shut down the world? Which, I feel like I've said this before, but I definitely owe, like, a lot of this to, like, all the events that happened last year. Just, like, you know, for postponing Supernatural and, like, having me start a new show and just, like, the whole reaction thing. Like, I feel like it really loans itself to being really appealing for people that are at home alone, that are quarantining, that have, like, you know, in a city where everything's locked down and you can't go anywhere. The type of video that I make where, like, you're watching something with someone else, it's, you know, pretty nice to, you know, have, like, you know, virtually another person watching something with you. So, yeah, I do think all the events and everything did help out with that kind of thing. But, yeah, so those kind of suck, everything that happened with the world, but I do have one good thing that came out of it, you know?
And we met.
Yes, and I was going to stay up in Tallahassee after college. That was, like, my plan, but with COVID, it forced me to come back down, and then I finished my my undergrad online, and then I was like, might as well just stay down here. I don't want to go back up to Tallahassee, and then we met. Mm-hmm. So yeah, everything worked out. Okay, and then someone asked, has Jace known about your channel the whole time, or what was his reaction to finding out? I don't think I told you right away, right?
No, I feel like I've known almost the whole time we've been dating,
yeah.
But
there was a time where you didn't know.
Yeah, you told me that you worked in film and you were, like, a video editor.
Yeah, so, like, people that, like, I don't really know yet, I always say, oh, I'm an editor, or, like, I, you know, do things with video, you know? Mm-hmm. Just because as soon as you say, like, I make YouTube videos or anything, they're gonna be like, what's your YouTube channel? And I hate giving my video to someone that I haven't met yet, because they're gonna be like, oh, this is how she acts all the time, right? And I don't. Yeah, so, because I'm just so awkward in person, so, yeah, I did.
She really isn't that awkward in person either.
Yes,
she thinks that she is.
Yes, I am.
I feel like the first date, yes, but the second date, I was more awkward than you were.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't as awkward. But, yeah, when you told me that you were a YouTuber, I thought it was really cool. Mm-hmm. And you gave me your channel, but, like, obviously I didn't know anything about, like, Buffy or anything.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really know what was happening in the videos. So, I watched, like, one just to, like, see her video. But, yeah, I tell everybody all the time. I think it's so cool. Like, you just, like, you don't really meet too many people who, like, you meet people who make YouTube videos, but you don't meet people who, like, have been so successful with it. Like, I feel like whenever you think of people like that, they always, like, live in, like, California or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, you're just, like, a normal person, and then you have this, like, secret little, like, it is.
I have a secret business on the side.
Yeah, exactly. But, no, I think it's really cool. And, I don't know, you're very, like, invested in it with, like, your patrons and everything with, like, you guys, you know. And, yeah, I think it's really cool. I think you do it very well.
Thank you. And then we were talking about this before. Mark asked, what's our ship name? Jolly, Alice, or simply Ace?
Ace.
Ace.
Ace. Yeah, we definitely talked about this already. Because we were thinking of, like, the ways our names would mesh together, and I feel like...
Ace.
Yeah.
Which I think you just like because it's basically your name without the J.
Next question.
Space Colon asks, what would be your ultimate pitch to describe / recommend Angel and Buffy to someone who hasn't seen them before? And then also to Jace, how would you describe Allie to someone who hasn't met me? Yeah, so for Buffy and Angel, yeah, like I was talking to Jace about this before. Like, it's basically the show where, like, kind of like Pretty Little Liars with, like, not taking itself too seriously. With Buffy, it's kind of the opposite at some points. But, like, it's very cheesy, and it's, like, campy in the beginning. So you have to, like, embrace it. Like, embrace the cheese factor. And then later on, like, when you watch an episode, it's just, like, whenever you watch it, it's, like, good on the surface. And then most of them, if you, like, dive deep and, like, look at it and, like, look at the metaphors for, like, what the monster was or, like, what the actions were in the episode, you can see so much more and get so much more out of it, which I just enjoy so much about the show. Because I feel like most shows don't really do that. And they don't really have, like, things where you can think about it more than, like, 3 minutes, you know? Yeah, so with like recommending and things, I always say like if you like campiness and like that kind of vibe for a show, you'll definitely like Buffy. Which I think like that's why we haven't watched most of it, because like with Jace, he has to like kind of be in a mood to be into like the whole campiness of it all, you know?
Yeah, and like it's like I was saying earlier, I think we just have like we have so many differences and so many things that we're alike, and I think that like our taste in most movies and shows are very different.
Yeah.
And not that I don't like Buffy, I barely watched it.
Yeah.
So, but it would just take me a little bit to get into it.
Yeah.
But don't come for me.
No, I think
haven't seen
everyone.
enough of it.
I think everyone can agree that season 1 is a journey to get through.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I'm just not ready for the journey.
Okay. Okay. And so, Jace, how would you describe me to someone that hasn't met me?
Yeah, so I kind of already said this, but like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you have like an old soul, and then you're like very like childlike as far as like you're goofy and like very just like fun, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then like if you put them together, that's like you. And you're very cute and very hardworking.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very unique. Like I've never met anybody that you're so like dynamic in the things that you like. Like I think I was very surprised when I met you that we had so many differences but also so many things in common.
Yeah. I think we talk about that a lot because like it's never like boring being around you because we have such different like views on things, but somehow like we have so many similarities of like how we act or like how we are.
Yeah, especially with like hanging out every day, we're definitely becoming more and more like every day with the way we talk or the way we do things.
Oh my god.
We think of like the same things all the time.
Yeah. Like a couple of days ago, I was thinking of like what we could do for like dinner that day, and I was like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll just wait till we get back home. But I also looked up, I'm like, maybe Golden Corral's open right now. And then we were leaving a store and Chase goes, do you want to go to Golden Corral? I think there's one in this area.
Because we were like more like north, like away from where we are, so there's not a Golden Corral over here. But where we were, there is one. Well, there's not anymore because it was closed.
Yeah.
But we have both
it's funny how we both thought of that at the same time. I was literally like, get the fuck out of my head. What the fuck?
She says that all the time. She's like, get out of my head.
It's just so funny because like sometimes you'll say something. Remember when so where he works, like they do like little things to like see who gets first cut or whatever. Mm-hmm. And one time your manager was like, okay, what was it?
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
I can literally pull up the text message.
Okay, so yeah. You can say it.
I said, my manager had us pick a number between 1 through 45, and I guessed the exact number to get cut, which I don't know if you work in a restaurant. Get cut just means you get to go home first. And she was like, oh, no way. And I was like, you guessed what number I picked. Let's see how in sync we really are. And she goes, oh, God, 27. And then I just typed in all caps, what the fuck? No fucking way. I swear to God. And, like, it literally was the exact number. Like, I don't know why I had this feeling when I texted her. I was like, she's going to guess the number. Like,
and it's so weird because I texted it. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get this. But that was weird.
I know. It was, like, really weird. Because I feel, like, my logic to it is that whenever it's 1 through 10, I always pick 7. So 1 through 45, I feel like half of it is like 20, and then I put the 7 in there, and that's why I did it.
Oh, I literally that came to me.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was crazy.
Yeah, and then Callum asked, this is probably a weird question, but I've heard you say things like no shot when you speak, and was wondering where you got them from. Do you watch like things like Twitch often? If yes, this is very funny to me if you got it from there. So yes, I do watch Twitch a lot, like way too much. But I feel like things like no shot and like other things that I say, I also get from my friends that I play with online.
Like Dom.
Yeah, Tom says things like that all the time. Yeah, even like you say things like what the hecky, and like I'll say that now, and it's so like what the hecky.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of funny phrases that have just like seeped into yours. And then I also say things like no shot, or I always go please. Yeah,
he started saying please.
Yeah.
But it is so funny how like we literally are starting to talk like just like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marissa asked very deep questions. What is your favorite color?
What is my favorite color?
Purple. Mm-hmm. What is my favorite color?
Blue.
I don't really have a favorite color, but I do like
we
blue.
act like we didn't already film this and we already know the questions, but don't worry.
Stop.
Before we already guessed the colors right. So.
I did get purple right. Okay.
We didn't skip the question though because you wanted to know our favorite colors. So we're literally wearing our favorite colors.
Yeah. And then, what is your favorite animal?
A dragon or a jellyfish. Yeah. But I like any kind of I like sea creatures. Mm-hmm. I like sharks and like sea urchins and octopuses and stuff.
Mm-hmm. What's my favorite animal?
You like ducks and turtles, frogs, and anything you could see as like a cute stuffed animal. She probably has a stuffed animal too.
Yeah. And then, is water wet?
We're gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, I think that's a little too deep for right now.
Yeah. You guys already know that I'm not the biggest horror fan. I don't need to give you my opinions on whether water is wet or not. I don't think we're ready for that yet.
And then Omar asks, have you thought of doing a reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie? It's non-canon and from 1992. Which I was just telling him about the movie. It's like basically a prequel, but it's not canon at all. Like it's or like I think Johnson, I forget if like he wrote or direct. I don't think he directed it or like produced. I forget what he did, but like he tried it out for like the movie, I think, and like he's like, okay, cool, I like the vibe, and then like he made the show like out after it, but yes, I am going to do a reaction to it. I'm not sure when I should do it.
You haven't seen it at all?
No, I honestly don't really know much about it. I just know that it's like her finding out that she's a slayer. Yeah, I'm not sure when I should do it. Some people are saying I should do it like before I finish the show. Like it might be cool to like watch it like, I don't know, during one of the seasons or something. I'm not really sure. You guys can let me know what you guys would want. Because my plan was to watch Buffy and then to watch the movie. But who knows? Maybe it's better to watch the movie like during. I'm not really sure. And then Ashtara. I am so sorry that the one time I get to react to your video, our audio doesn't even work. I'll put in some clips right here just without us talking. But did you like Giles singing? Or Anthony Head singing? Yeah.
Anthony Head?
Okay. I told you that in confidence. Don't need to call me out. I've already called myself out in front of him.
How do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's a little broad down by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover.
And then Patty HK asked, how does your role as a reactor affect your ability to enjoy a show for the first time? Does it enhance or do you feel like it makes for a less pure viewing experience? So, like we've said, like with Pretty Little Liars, like we've like been binge watching that show, which I think Pretty Little Liars lends itself to being really good to binge watch because it's so confusing that like you just need to get through the season before you even forget something that happened. And it's not really a show where like after an episode we're like, let's talk about that. You know, like let's digest
But sometimes she
it.
does talk about it.
I mean, sometimes, like for a finale or something.
Yeah, or sometimes like she'll have a point during the show, and so like she's like a big talker during shows. Yeah. But I'm like can't multitask, so I can't pay attention to what's going on and listen to what she's saying. So sometimes we'll pause it and then she'll like talk and stuff. It doesn't bother me. I like her reactions sometimes.
It is funny. So sometimes I'll like record a video and then we'll watch an episode and I'll still be in the zone to like react to it, you know? And sometimes I'll like make jokes or something and like he's just not a reactor really. Like he doesn't have like reactions like I do.
I sometimes do. I mean, when it's sometimes, like major things.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not a big talker during like shows or movies.
Or even just like, oh my god. Like that doesn't really happen with you unless it's like huge.
Well, and also I've seen this before.
That is true.
So, like, I feel like with Stranger Things, I definitely had more of, like, a reaction because...
only a couple times.
Yeah.
It was literally only, like, the big finales, and you were
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And that was it. But yeah, so, like, with Pretty Little Liars, I could not imagine doing that, like, as a reaction style, because I could not, like, I don't know, just, like, talking about each episode and, like, trying to digest it. I think you just gotta keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
But with Buffy and Angel, I just like having, like, a couple days to, like, digest the episode and, like, talk about it and, like, you know, try and, like, talk things out. And then it also, like, kind of cements it in my brain that, like, those things happened.
And you edit it, so you watch it, like, a couple
Yeah,
times.
so it's, like, a big process. And I don't think my reactions are ever, like, super different than if I just watched it by myself. I mean, obviously, I'm, like, watching it, like, with you guys. So, like, some of your guys' opinions have, like, leans me towards certain things. Like, if I watched it by myself, I think I wouldn't have given Xander, like, the light of day. Like, I think I would have just, like, been like, oh my god, I hate this dude. I'm not gonna, like, try and, like, see his point of view or anything. But, like, a lot of you guys have such different opinions, and I love when you guys show me that. And yeah, I think my reactions are pretty standard for, like, how I watch shows and, like, my point of views on things.
It's the same jokes. I hear the same jokes that you guys hear. And the same, like, little things. Except we don't dab on the theme song.
Oh, yeah. It's like, if one of them is dead. And that's how we say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just, like, really go in
It's
on
like
the intro
dead.
song.
The way you say it, yeah.
Yeah, I do make jokes while we're watching,
Mm-hmm.
and you just, like, won't really respond. You
That's
just be
not
like,
true.
Yes! You don't really have a reaction. You're just like...
I giggle. You just don't hear me.
Sometimes.
Your jokes are funny. You said one yesterday that was funny. I remember laughing out loud.
We had a really funny, like, running gag in, like, season 1 or 2, where whenever the teacher would see Arya, I would go, hey, Minor.
Hey, Minor.
Hey, Minor. Sheesh, we have been recording for, like, 2 hours, basically, in all. I'm so
Don't we
sorry.
need an outro?
Yes, we do. Okay, so guys, I think that is going to be the end of all the questions and everything. Thank you guys so much for sending them in, and of course, thank you guys so much for 1,500 patrons. That is fucking insane. And like, the same week, I also reached 12,000 subscribers on my YouTube. So, fucking insane. And it was, like, the week right before my birthday, so it was an amazing birthday present. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys like Jace just as much as I do. Did you enjoy yourself, Jace?
Yeah, actually. I was really nervous, but I feel like, especially since we've already done it once.
Yeah.
But I
kind of got more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely more comfortable. I wasn't sure how I would be able to talk to him.
Yeah, because he did a presentation for one of his classes a couple semesters ago, and you had to record yourself, and you were very nervous about that. So.
I
thought you were
sent
flipping
it
them off.
Wait.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Do you want to say the...
Later.
Okay. Okay.